See anybody home? Hello? How's the audio, guys? Rashi, it's a long story. The Bigfoot went into a tree this evening at the club. It wasn't pretty. Peace, guys. I took 3 planes to the club today. I come back home with 2 planes. I flew the Air's Bigfoot first. Flew my 30-inch P-51 Mustang second. Then I flew my UMX Turbo Timber last. Then it got to sprinkling raining on me, so I packed up and I headed home. What's up, everybody? Rasha and Trappin and Victor and Wild Bill, Rasha, Robert, Kevin, Wild Bill, GB, Reckham, Uncle Roy, William. Nightbot, he's not programmed to come in chat tonight. I didn't have time to mess with him. Yeah, my Bigfoot's in a tree. My depth perception, I thought I was inside banking inward enough to clear the row of trees there next to the lake. It went into that white poplar and it stuck. I mean, slammed in there. There's no giving up on that. It just went in. I was across the field, and this is my first time flying there to Hendersonville RC Club, and it's real narrow, but it's real long. And the flight pattern is you fly on the other side of those trees and fly back into the field and back down to the tables and back out over the lake and back. But there's no way with these trees greened out down there like they were today, you couldn't see a plane through those trees. So you try to keep everything inside the field, which is pretty narrow, or you're going to have to fly above the trees. And I put the battery in my Bigfoot nose heavy. I wanted a little bit nose heavy instead of being even, or I just wanted to get the feel of it being nose heavy. So I brought the battery probably about an inch forward past the battery tray in it. And I should have put that 3S2200 right on top of that battery tray and it'd been perfect. But I tried it and I thought the sticks on it, I got 2.5 minute flight on it before it went into that tree. So the last time I laid eyes on it, I could see one of the white nav lights it was probably on the wing, shining. There's no way to cut it off. So those four nav lights will run the battery on down, but I'd already run the battery down to about halfway. So the nav lights will run the battery completely down. I called the president of the club down there and see how they get planes out of those trees. Yeah, it's a white poplar, Roy. It's skinny bark, and you know how tall they grow. They grow like straight up. And it's the tallest tree over there, and I done cleared all of them, and I thought I was inside the field, and I was fighting the nose heaviness of the plane. You let off the throttle, and all it wanted to do was nosedive straight into the ground. If you come off the throttle just any bit, it just wanted to nose cake in. So I was fighting the throttle, just keeping it in the air for 2.5 minutes. And it was pulling, I think, to the left. And I give it a couple of clicks that way left on my trim and center the sticks, and it done it all over again. So the trimming it out was just a nightmare. Hello, Christy. But hopefully I'm going to call the Hendersonville Fire Department tomorrow, talk to the chief down there. If they can go out and get kittens out of trees for people with a ladder truck, I'm hoping they can go fetch my Bigfoot out of that poplar tree for me. But there's no telling. Nathan Pulling, you're a new face in here, buddy. You're a moderator now. Glad you dropped by, buddy. Please sub to the channel if you can. If the wind don't blow it out, I won't have no chance of retrieving it because it's in a public park called Saunders Ferry Park. And the RC Club is part of that park. And it's part of the Corps of Engineers. And, you know, there's restrictions. I just can't get my chainsaw loaded in the truck and go down there and cut this poplar tree down. It ain't going to happen. If the wind don't bring it out, or if I can't get the fire department to go down there and get it, I'm not going to get that Bigfoot back. But I did put my FAA numbers on the fuselage and put a piece of Scotch tape over it to keep it dry. So if it does come out, hopefully they'll find out who it belongs to and give me a holler. So I'd like to get my plane back. I could tell it was going to be a good flying plane. I lost a 3S 2200 pack in it. I lost an AR 600 6-channel receiver in it. And I've lost 2 or 3 days of building time on it. So it's all good. And my P-51 Mustang, my 30-inch Mustang I bought from Hobby King, I didn't realize how sweet it flew till I took the landing gear off of it and the drop tanks off of it. And I flew it this evening, first time clean. Oh, that thing's a baby doll. That's the best it's ever flown. And I took up the UMX Turbo Timber for the first time since I crashed it out here in the yard. And I had it back together for months and didn't fly it till today. It flew like a baby doll too. So my little planes flew great, and my big one flew like a turd. I had it nose heavy. I was fighting the elevator on it, and I flew everything today with high rates because I want that little narrow field. I want the most authority on the controls I could get, and everything flew good except the Bigfoot. Hopefully the wind will. It's been raining cats and dogs since I had to leave from the rain down there this evening. There's a big front coming through Tennessee right now, pouring down rain from that hurricane. But we're not getting much wind out of it. I'll be going back down there checking on it. Maybe the wind will blow it out. It's right on the lake. Those trees are right on the bank of the lake. So the winds will whip off that lake, maybe grab a hold of it, get it airborne, send it out there. But I doubt it. I've seen trees get locked up in planes get locked up in trees limbs before. There ain't no chance that them coming out very easy. It's right here now, too, after blowing like a girl of the night all weekend. GB, you in that adult grape juice? Sounds like a good time in Washington State. I used my run cam too, and I haven't even checked the SD card. All my planes, all my radios, and all my equipment's still in the truck. I didn't have much time to set up this live stream tonight. I didn't even set up Nightbot to come in. It's kind of heartbroken. My Bigfoot went in that tree. Oh Lord. It's like your heart sinks. I hope I got good video of it. You'll see it if my camera was on it. You'll see it just go in like it was. I was banking it like that right there, and I was pushing that elevator in to come on out into the field away from those trees, and it hung that tall poplar tree right there on the end. It went in. No getting around it. Depth perception. I thought I was in the clear from where I was standing. I guess it happens, people flying from the ground. It's not the first time I've had a plane in a tree. No, not the first time. Everything that I flew today, even the Bigfoot, had P factor on it. The P-51 had a lot of P factor on it. And the UMX turbo timber, it just fly right out of your hand like nothing. But the big plane and the P-51, P factor, torque, want to twist. I hope the SD card got all my footage from the day. I ain't had a chance to look at it. But if I can piece some videos together of around 3 flights, I'll try to get some out this week. They just terrible. Brand new plane hung up into a tree. Where's me out? Y'all want to donate, help support me for another Bigfoot? There's my PayPal link. Y'all hit it up. This would probably be about the only way I can be able to afford to buy another one. Trees need love too. I heard that, Victor. And fences, the pavement needs love. I swear my planes would give them a lot of love. Pavement out here, trees. I didn't mix no rudder in my ailerons. I like to throw that on with my sticks, Robert. Fly it with the rudder for my quick turns. See, I wasn't really in a turn. I was in a bank, and my nose was down, and I threw the elevator on to kick it out and bring it out into the field. And I was having trouble today, the Bigfoot, if you throttled off, it just wanted to nosedive. That's how nose heavy it was. And I was struggling to keep it in the air. I'll be honest with you. I was fighting the sticks to keep it in the air. And you let off, center stick it, and it would trim out then bank. And as long as you had that pressure on that stick, it would fly level. And I give it like 3 clicks and let it go back to center. And it'd do the same thing again like I didn't put no clicks in. And I was fighting the sticks being on the elevator because it's nose heavy. And 2.5 minutes, I was fighting it pretty much. But I've done some circuits with it. I just hope you can be able to see it on the video. If the I don't believe it shifted. I had it about an inch forward in front of the battery wood, the battery tray. I stuck it up there for a reason. I wanted a little nose heavy, but I didn't think it would fly that nose heavy. The tendency on it, if you was cruising with it, if you backed out of the throttle, it just nose dive. So you had to keep the throttle on pretty good just to keep it up there. And me messing with the aileron trim and flipping, going up and down with it, I just fought the sticks trying to get it trimmed out. That's the first time I've ever flown there at the field and got a feel of it today. And my mistake was I flew the Bigfoot first, and I shouldn't have. I should have flew my smaller planes first. The only thing that I've got mixed in it was a down elevator mix on my flaps, and I got 11 on half and 22 on full flaps. Down elevator mix. That's the only thing I had programmed in on mixes, on flaps. And I couldn't even. The grass is not trimmed down there. The runway was high. It didn't even want to get off the ground. I had third attempt. I got it off the ground on full flaps takeoff. It's just a sad day for Bigfoot flying. First couple of tries, it was weed whacking grass out there. I don't know. Win some, you lose some. Sure didn't want to lose that bird. Knowing what I know now, I don't know if I'd buy another one. It seems like a good flying bird once you get it all trimmed out and get used to flying it. Just hope the footage on the SD card works out. My RunCam 2, putting 3 different flights on it, I probably have 150 files on it. I don't have to link together to make 3 videos. I can't stand a RunCam that does that. You shoot in 1080p with a RunCam 2, and it just makes one little 5-minute video. Well, it'd probably make 49 files for it. How you doing, Jackson RC? I don't know, guys. One of those days. Took me about an hour to drive down there today. It ain't too bad. It's a nice field. When I was out there flying, I had people stopping, watching me fly from the road. The park was full of people. They had a bunch of kids out there doing some kind of cross country contest with a bunch of children. They had they was having a hoot when I got down there around 4 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock this evening. And you drive through the park one way around, one way out. So everybody has to drive by the RC field. And if they see an airplane up there in the air, like I was flying today, they'll stop to watch. So I had several people stopping their vehicles and watching me fly today. I thought that was pretty cool. What you doing, Farmers RC? Just popped in here. Where's my peas at, buddy? That is the settings in the run cam too, Randy. Yeah, I've got it set. But the bigger the files that you're recording on, the more files it makes. And sometimes in between shots, it cuts out a bunch of footage in between it. My last AMA field was about 15 minutes from here, Jackson, but I got tired of messing with them. I'm flying at a different AMA field now called Hendersonville RC Club. Pretty nice field. You can Google it, or there's YouTube videos on YouTube about this club. If you want to check it out, there's the name of it. Today was my first day of flying there. I kind of like it. Let me tell you something about these orange receivers. In my P-51, I learned today how far I can fly it out with an orange receiver in it. I got an orange RX 618 with them long antennas on it. And I'd fly to the west down the length of the field towards the tree line, and I'd give it a right roll and pull back on the elevator, and the plane would still go straight. It felt like it had like a 10-second delay. Then it would bank and roll back around. So I was touching the limits on that orange receiver today. Like I say, the field's real long, and down towards that far end, I was losing input to that orange today. That's the first time I've seen that happen. I might have to separate those antennas out. So I just got them outside the fuselage, both of them, out of the canopy. But the P-51 today flew great with the tanks and landing gear off of it. Oh, it's a baby doll. I'll be flying it. I belly landed it, and it was perfect. Prop didn't get hurt. And I done a 3-point landing with a turbo timber this evening. Rudder turned right down the runway, dropped it in. Guys, if y'all don't have a UMX turbo timber, y'all missing out. Fun little plane. It's accurate. It flies on rails. You can't beat it. It's got lights. It's got strobes on it. Really love my turbo timber. I don't know. I want to try to talk to the fire department tomorrow down there in that county. Hoping they'll go out there with a ladder truck and help me out. They can get kittens out of trees down there for kids. They should be able to go up a poplar tree and get Sasquatch out of there. I want my Bigfoot back. And if I could, I'd just go down there with a chainsaw and cut the tree down. But I'd go to jail if I did that. So it's a city park with an RC club inside of it, and it's on the Corps of Engineers, Army, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers land. So ain't no chainsaw cutting. But I'll be going down there the couple next 2 or 3 days, and see if a wind brought it out any. I don't know if the Park Service can help me out down there, or no, I'm not going to go to jail over a plane. I don't know if the park can help me out down there on that, or the fire department down there. Hopefully I can get it back. Who I miss in here in chat? Bill Shepherd, glad you dropped in, buddy. It's been a while since I've seen you. Jeff in Lower Alabama. I was telling the guys, my Bigfoot's in a tree. Plane was nose heavy, real bad. I put the battery about an inch forward, about an inch in front of the battery tray. I was wanting it a little nose heavy, but I didn't think it'd be as heavy as it was. I fought the sticks trying to get it trimmed today. It was up and down, and you drop the throttle on it, it's just like a brick falling out of the sky. I just fought the sticks for 2.5 minutes on it, trying to keep it airborne. I was trying to dodge them trees out near the lake, and I thought depth perception, I thought I had cleared them, and it went into the tallest white poplar tree out there, right on the shoreline of the water. Luckily, I got my FAA number on it. It's waterproof, so if it does fall out, maybe they'll look up that number and give me a holler. I had a 3S 2200 pack in mine. So you put it in the center of the tray. fly it back some from the front of the tray. So I had mine about an inch in front of the tray. So it's really nose heavy. I was fighting it. It just wanted to keep dropping out of the sky with me today. And I was able to give me I got a few clicks on the aileron to trim it. And I'd center the sticks. Need to go right back to that bad tendency again. Like I never put no clicks in my radio at all. I just followed it. It just wasn't a good experience. I hope the footage comes out on the SD card so I can make a video of it. I flew it for 2.5 minutes out of a 5-minute timer. I don't know. P-51 Mustang flew like a sweetheart. Turbo Timber flew like a sweetheart. My Bigfoot, not so good. I don't think I should have flown it first, but I wanted to get it out of the way, so it went up first. Took 3 planes down there, come back with 2. I had 10 battery packs charged up, and I flew 4 packs out today, and it started raining on me. So I go back to check on my plane. I'll be flying these packs down. I'm gonna run down the fire department and see if they can get a ladder truck down there, pick it, go up a ladder truck, get it. The firemen down there in Hendersonville, they need some training. I doubt if I can get them to do anything. Be worth a try though. Guys, I just wanted to get on here and have a show tonight. I really wasn't prepared for it, but you start doing these live shows, you don't do them very much, people will take your spot. And I'm not planning on giving up my time spot. Center the battery strap. I can't remember if it was centered or not, Jeff. So you're not putting it exactly on the battery tray evenly. The battery strap's towards the front of the battery tray. That's about where I had it, was probably close to center on the battery strap. And the battery was overhanging the front of the wood, probably an inch up towards the nose. And I checked the CG, and it was kind of level, but it was a little nose heavy, which that's okay with me usually. I don't mind flying a nose heavy plane. but it just wanted kept, when I dropped the throttle on it, it just wanted to fall like a brick. And I was fighting the throttle, trying to slow it down. I was wanting to slow it down so I could trim it, but I had to keep the speed on it to keep it in flight to do the trimming on it. And I just got a few clicks in, and that was all I was able to get done. CG on that Bigfoot is 60 to 70 millimeters. And I think I CG'd on the 70 millimeter mark. Pretty sure I did. And it was a little nose heavy at that position. The battery weighed 169 grams. That's what I used in it. Now, when I dropped the throttle on it, I mean, it just wanted to fall down on its face. What's going on, Hampton Hangar? Don't feel bad, brother. I put a Bigfoot in a tree today. Had to leave it down there. Part of RC, I think. I just hope my Run Cam 2 footage is okay. I can put up some videos of the flight. Then you'll see what I'm talking about, or what the characteristics of its flying. I was all over the damn place with it. I was fighting the damn sticks. Oh, Dennis Farley. How's Texas treating you down there? I've had a Run Cam 2 for 3 years now. I'm still using it. I record everything in 1080p. It'll make 150 files to edit. Try to piece all of it together. It's the only thing I don't like about it. Yeah, Run Cam 2's been out for a long time. They're good cameras. It's only got 120 feet PVO field of view lens in it. A lot of people that does FPV, they want a little wider lens, like a 130 or a 150 lens. But it's okay. It gives me some good clear footage. If I mount the camera on a wing and fly around, it gives me some good footage. I flew it. I've got like a GoPro strap for your head. I mount it right here in front. That's the way I flew today. And I hope I had it adjusted where I could see my planes. Yeah, it does real good on 1080p GB. Onboard footage. Oh yeah, it's. If I ever get me another camera, I'm gonna go to a GoPro. Probably, more than likely. 5, 6, 7, maybe an 8. The sharpness of those cameras, they're unbelievable. Yeah, they are heavy. Well, I think my Runcam 2 with the mount, which I don't fly with a mount on the plane. I just got some Velcro underneath it. I think it weighs 51 grams. That's what I add to the plane weight, 51 grams. So it's not really bad to get good footage. I'm just damn glad I didn't have it on that Bigfoot flight, a maiden flight, and it going in a tree. That'd been one for the record books there. And I had thought about putting some Velcro on that Bigfoot wing and doing a tail shot in flight today, but I didn't do it. It only weighs 51 grams. That's with a battery. But if I use it off the flight battery in FPV, you'll lose the battery weight out of it because you can't have two sources. If I run my VTX off the flight battery and plug in my camera off the flight battery for my FPV monitor, so you can pull that battery out of the back of it, and you got less weight. And I run all that on my VTX and camera 12 at 3S, 12 volts, so it works fine. As long as you got a 3S battery pack you're flying with, you're in good shape. And I bought my VTX so I can run off any 3S battery. Even my monitor run off 3S power. So it's all given. You can go back into some of my videos, my iNav and a Bixler FPV video, my Bixler video, and my iNav video. You can see my setup. Hello, Jeff Nichols. Hadn't seen you in a while, sir. What time is it over there? You're up early, probably. Jeff, you got any good ghost stories you can tell me? Oh, Deuce Wild. Jeff Nichols' house is haunted, guys. It's 3:20 a.m. I guess you're having a cup of coffee this morning. You're about 3 hours. It's about that time here, but it's 9:19 here p.m. About 6 hours difference between here in the States on Central Time. You seen any more ghosts and goblins, Jeff? I'd be moving out of that house. There's some creepy stuff going on at Jeff Nichols' house. MiG-21, 23 flights on it. That's a good deal, Deuce. I put my Bigfoot in a tree today, and I had to leave it there at the club. Farmer, I'm on Central Time. You must be on Eastern Time where you're at. Eastern Time is an hour past me. GB and Christy, I think they're all 2 hours behind me. So it's like 7:20 there. Had a sofa move when I came down from Shire on Wednesday. And the power trip when I moved the sofa back. That's some crazy stuff, Jeff. Deuce is on Mountain Time. GB Linden's on Pacific Time. 9:22 here. That's Central Time. It'd be 10:22 on Eastern Time. Tennessee's the same time zone as Texas and up through the middle of the states. That's crazy, Jeff Nichols. I don't see how you stay in there. How old a house is that, Jeff? My daddy bought an old Victorian home, 2-story, had 3,300 square feet in it, 2-story, and it had tongue and groove wood on the walls. It's super old, never had electricity in the top of it. We bought it and remodeled it. And it was built back in the 1800s, and it was a mule breeding farm. It was a plantation at one time. It's got slaves been buried on it. But the old tale about the old man that owned that plantation, he died of starvation. And when we got a hold of it back in the 80s, the farm, we only had 25 acres with it. But most of the land that was with it, it's like 120 some acres, Had been sold off in tracks. But me and my ex-wife, we were sitting downstairs at the eating table, drinking coffee about 9 o'clock one morning, wide awake, chit-chatting. And I swear to God, I heard shoes walking across the front floor of the upper house. It sounded just like somebody walking across the floor up there. And I took a model 66 Smith & Wesson, 4-inch nickel plated 357 Magnum. And here I go upstairs. There was nobody there. This old house it was just creepy. But if you was there and listened to them footsteps, you'd said somebody was up there. I took a 6-shot Smith & Wesson, loaded for bear, and I went up there. Nothing. There's some bad spirits in this world, guys. And I do believe in them. I got an ex-wife, she haunts me every day. Deuce, that 357 was a rock and roller, 4-inch nickel plated, model 66. I don't have it no more. I wish I'd never sold it. And after that, they made the 686. Yeah, it'll scare the bejeebies out of it, Rick and Roy. I shot one deer with that gun, Deuce, and I hit it in the neck. I hit it with a 270 Winchester up on the hill. It was a little button buck, and I knew I hit it because I found hair and blood up on the hill with a 270 with a 130 grain bullet. And you could hear the deer up there just going through the leaves, ramshackling. I knew it was hit. And I got up there and I run out of blood. And so I give up on looking on it because I went round and round in circles trying to pick up that blood. Never did do it. About an hour and a half later, after sitting on the front porch drinking coffee, what happened, I hit it in the hip. And the hip bone in the ham stopped that bullet. I mean, it mushroomed right on the bone and stopped. And that's why he didn't bleed much. But about an hour and a half later, we got up. My buddy finally come in, and I said, let's go up top of the hill. I've got a buck down somewhere up there. Well, he probably bled out by now. And he was right in behind the house in the creek bed. And he got up to run again, and I draw the Magnum, the 66 Smith, and I shot one time, hit it in the neck, knocked it down. That's the only time I've ever shot a deer with a pistol. Most of the time I deer hunted was a 270 or a 30-06 with 150 grain bullets in them. Shot 130s and the 270s. The 150s, they're real flat shooting. I quit deer hunting. I ain't able to climb them hills like I used to. I used to have a Weatherby shotgun. Beautiful wood in it. Bought it at a gun show. Got a good price on it. It was called a Weatherby Patrician. Ventilated real. It was 28 modified pump. Weatherby. And I already had my butt kicked for selling it. They had the prettiest wood you'd ever lay eyes on. I'd get hurting for money. I wound up selling a few guns back in my heydays. I'd already had my ass kicked. Still got my dad's 16 automatic Remington. Still got it. I'll never get rid of it. He let me have it years ago. It's called a Sportsman 48 Remington. 28 modified 16 gauge. It's a little rock and roller too. I never did get into bow hunting much. When I'd set up the bow hunt, I'd put up on this side of the field. They'd come in about 100 yards away and cross. So next time I went hunting, I'd set up down there and they'd cross up here where I was sitting the day before. I said, the hell with all that. I'd rather gun hunt. When they come in anywhere, I get to shoot. I like to meet. One winter I shot 13 deer. Hope my stream didn't die. I got circle of death going on, guys. Did I leave the stream, guys? I can't tell. It's like my stream is messing up. It could be on my end, Dennis. I refreshed my page and cleared the memory on it. with my luck today, anything could happen. Crashing brand new planes into trees. Not been a good day, GB. Thank you, Michael Rasha. I ain't never been pretty. They always ask me why I had good looking kids. I did make some pretty kids. I always told them, I said I always had to have something pretty to work with. Had them pretty fine women. That was my downfall. Making pretty kids, you gotta have something pretty to work with. I got a granddaughter. She's gorgeous. She's like a model. I said, damn. Got a great face for radio. I don't know about that, Rasha. I got mostly boys, but I got a daughter. She is pretty, and her daughter was beautiful. Her name's Taylor. And now my baby son, he's having daughters and great grand boys. I got them everywhere. Got kids scattered everywhere. Grandkids having babies. Yeah, I've spread the seed, no doubt, Victor Chambers. Got to keep my family name hooked up all the way back to Germany. I keep that rolling. I go back to around 1651, about 12 generations back to Germany. Erzenbach, Germany. That's where I get my emblem, bore over brook. My branding label, my channel here. If you research bore over brook, you'll know where my family's from. That part of Germany. Guys, I've been watching Rodney Carrington's videos on YouTube. He still makes me laugh. Y'all need to check him out on YouTube. Rodney Carrington. He's still funny. He probably not doing any stand-up anymore. He is so funny. Rodney Carrington. I've been watching a bunch of his videos. That was not even on YouTube, Dear Penis, or some other ones, but he's got some funny ones out there. If you want to get a good laugh in, just watch some of his videos. One of them's called Viagra. Y'all need to check that out. Rodney Carrington. Funny. I laughed my ass off. Y'all talking about black powder guns, Dennis and Deuce? We had 50 caliber Hawkins. Go down there and buy the Sabbats wide and use triple F pistol powder and load up 90 grains of that pistol powder in there. And you talking about a rock and roller. Every deer we ever shot with it, we shot the 44 caliber. I think it was 240 grain hollow point, 44 Magnum pistol bullets. You put that down in Sabbat, 90 grains of 3L powder. We never used rifle powder. We always used pistol powder, 3L. Drop 90 grains in there, pack it. Every deer and muzzleloader we shot, they dropped. If they didn't drop, they were spray painting the trees where they went around. That's the best way to kill Tennessee deer there was. Yeah, 90 grains of pistol powder, 44 Magnum, 240 grain bullets, and a black Sabbath. Pack it in there, you got a rock and roller. No doubt. Lethal on deer. After 100 yards, it's lethal. A Hawkins 50 caliber. Thompson Hawkins 50 was a good one for us to use. Then, and then in between that, we was using 308 Browning automatics. If I wasn't using a 308, I was using 30-06 with a 150 grain bullet, or I was using a 270 with a 130 grain bullet. They shooting about, I don't know, at 270 was shooting 2,400 feet per second, I believe, back in the day. It's super fast. But you could get the 30-06, instead of shooting that 180 grain bullet, go drop it down to 150. And that's across the board the best round for a 30-06 is a 150 grain bullet. When it comes to deer hunting, I did everything on deer hunting. You got Scottish bloodline. My name is so rare. It's Hofheinz in Germany, spelled HOFLHEINTZ. That's their old world name, but they modernized it when it come over here. About 5 different spellings. So they didn't know how to pronounce it in United States. And I'm not, Smith is shared with probably 2 million people in the U.S. And my name, last name, has only got like, I don't know, probably less than 600 Americans has got my last name. I kept wondering why so few of us, and it was only like 4 brothers that come over from Germany to Pennsylvania through Norway on a ship. And I'm part of those 4 brothers that come over from Germany. Originally, our family come from a little small state in the southwestern part of Germany. They can go back to about 1625, but that's all the church records will ever show on us. And we're all from a little bitty small community there called Urchenbach. The Romans, they ruled all through up and down where I'm from. So I don't know much about the rest of the history of it. But I can go back 12 generations back on me. What's up there, Marshall? I ain't had a chance to look at that Platus 21 yet, but I'll look at it when I have time, Dave. I seen you got that video up where you put it together. I always liked that plane. All right, Jeff Nichols. Glad you dropped in. Deuce needs his beauty sleep too, so there's another one belling out. Good night, Deuce. Jeff Nichols. I stuck my Bigfoot in a tree today at the flying club. I had it real nose heavy, and it just, I was fighting the sticks to keep it in the air, trying to trim it. Thought I'd depth perception got a hold of me. I thought I'd clear these roll of trees at the lake, and it went into the tallest poplar out there and didn't want to come out, so I had to leave it. Guys, I'll be right back. Yeah, it sucks, Dave, but it's part of our sin. A brand new Bigfoot stuck in a tree, 51-inch wingspan. Yeah, I had the battery too far up, and you drop power on the plane, it dropped like a brick. So I was constantly fighting to trim it, trying to keep the throttle down where I could cruise with it, but without losing altitude on it. And I was up and down with the elevator, throttle, and I'd go to center stick it, and it the plane would flop to the right, to the left, I believe, and I was giving it trim, and 2.5 minutes I was just fighting sticks with it, and I only able to get like 3 clicks, and it didn't do a bit of good. If I ever get the plane back, I'm gonna slide the battery back a little bit on it. It's just one of those things. Guys, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. I didn't do a wine refill or anything. Just one of the GBP brakes. There you go, Christy. I didn't wash my hands, Air Marshal. I rubbed some coconut oil on it. Keeps my hands soft. Coconut oil butter. David, it's stuck up there in about 5 foot from the top. This probably 30, 40 feet up. It's the only white poplar down there at the club. And it's the tallest tree at the lake line, the shoreline on the lake. I don't know if I can get the fire department to go down there and help me or not. I ain't no shaking a tree. I doubt if I can get any fishing line over the limbs. It's up there pretty high. I hope the footage on my SD card, if I captured it, I recorded all my flights today on the Bigfoot, my 30-inch P-51 Mustang, and my UMX Turbo Timber. I recorded all my flights today. So I got home so late, I didn't have a chance to even. All my equipment, radios, and planes are still in the truck. I ain't even unloaded nothing. I hope the footage is good enough to make some videos of that, the Bigfoot going in that tree. you can't sling a 2-ounce weight up 40 feet with a heavy action fishing pole, then you're not a bear wrestler. Well, I'm going to go and see. I'm going to try to talk to the fire chief down there in Hendersonville tomorrow. I'm going to call him and talk to him and see if his guys need some ladder training. You know, they get kittens out of trees for little children. I think they get Sasquatch out of the tree for me at the RC field. I'm hoping it works out that way. Or I hope big winds come off that lake up there in Old Hickory and blows that plane out. I got my FAA numbers on it. I got tape over it so it's waterproof, the numbers on my plane. They can find out who it belongs to if it ever blows out. And I've called the president of the club, but I ain't heard back from him. I left him a message. Yeah, it's raining hard here. That Laura hurricane brought the first night. It was a little heavy wind, but it rained a little bit. That's been about it. I really would love to get my plane back out of that tree, Jeff. Which it didn't cost me but $159, but damn, I still need to get it back. Yeah, y'all got way too many trees at y'all's field, Dave. I don't say y'all fly around it. My depth perception, I thought I'd cleared the tree line, and I was banking. The nose of the plane it was down, and I was pushing on the elevator to push it back out away from the trees as it went in. And I thought I'd cleared the tree row, but it went in that poplar tree, and it's the tallest one out there. It went right about 4 or 5 foot in from the top of it. Here I'm on the other side of the field looking at it going in. And I had the back pressure on the elevator for it to come out, and it just went in. I said, "What the hell?" You know, I could hear the prop running a little bit, hitting up against the limbs, and I hit the throttle stop and shut it down. And I looked at my radio, and it had 5 minutes on it to begin with, and I was at 2.30. So I had 2.5 minute flight in it on the battery. And those 4 nav lights that's on the wings and a landing light in the nose, they'll run the battery down where it won't take a charge, but I've got a way to charge it back up if I can get the plane back. I can take a charged up battery and a dead battery that won't charge because it's too low and put it in a balance board and not plug it up to my charger and take the dead one, plug it in the balance board, plug in a charged one, and let that charged one feed into that other one through that balance board where the voltage gets up around 3.5 volts. Then you can take it and charge it. You can balance charge it. That's how I get my completely run down batteries back to life. I take a good battery and a dead battery, just connect them on the same balance board, and that's how I get my battery back where I can charge them. But I'll be going back down there flying this week, checking on my plane, talking to the fire department. And I'm hoping Lynn will call me back. He told me on the phone, he's the president of the club down there. He said, "Yup, you'll have to watch them trees down there in the middle." And I first damn flight to ride in the middle of them damn things. And you can't fly on the other side of those trees like what they want you to, because you won't be able to see your plane out there. All those trees are greened out right now, and you can't see through them. So you either going to fly on the inside of them where it's narrow, or fly over them. And I was having trouble with a Bigfoot, throttle on, throttle off all day, my nose dropping. What's up, Roach Coach? We're just talking about crashing Bigfoot. I put mine in a tree today. My other two planes flew like sweethearts. The Bigfoot was flying like a big turd. Never did get it trimmed out, or it went in the damn tree. I love the plane, Dave. I love the Bigfoot. It's a super nice plane. And I really didn't want to leave it down there today either. But I didn't have no choice. It's in a white poplar tree, about 40 foot up. It's about 5 foot, 4 to 5 foot from the top. I thought I was inside of it and cleared it. My depth perception making me think I was inside the field, and I kept that elevator pressure on to make it come out, and it wasn't enough. And I was flying on high rates. Everything today I flew, a Bigfoot, a P-51 Mustang, a Turbo Timber. I flew everything on high rates today, 100% with 30% expo. So I'd have the most authority on everything because it's so narrow in between the line and those roll of trees at that new club. You got to be able to get in there and get out in a short distance. So that's why I had elevator and rudder on high rates all day today. And throwing the pressure on that Bigfoot didn't have enough to do what I wanted to do. I was fighting nose heavy plane today. That's all I can say. Just it went in that tree and they ain't forgiving. Maybe I can work out something with a park down there. Shit, I might hire a damn tree trimming company, go down there and get it in a boom truck. I don't know. If I ever get pissed off about it, I will. But they got to be able to go on the city park property to do it. See, it's a city ordeal, plus the clubs on the park site, plus it's on the United States Corps of Engineers, Army Corps of Engineers property. So I'm dealing with a lot of issues with it. Dennis, I had a 3S 2200 in it. The thing is a 35C pack. And I brought it past the battery tray about an inch and strapped it in. I brought it off the battery tray to have it a little nose heavy, but the characteristics of it flying today was, I could get it where I could just dead stick it and it would level out. I was flying an AR 600 receiver in it. It ain't got no gyro in it. But you could center the stick and it would fly straight for a little bit. But if you drop the throttle on it to slow the plane down, well, it's like a brick wanting to nose dive right into the ground. So I'd have to hit the elevator. So I was trying to slow down the plane and give me enough time to trim it. And that was just a pain in the ass today. It's like fighting this damn thing to keep it airborne for 2.5 minutes. And I never did get it trimmed. I think I got 3 clicks in on the aileron, and I released it to see if that helped. It done the same damn thing again. So I didn't get anything accomplished on trimming the plane today before it went in. And like I said, if you get to, if the footage come out on the SD card where I can throw a video up, y'all watch it because it'll show how it's flying. And some of it's me and some of it's the plane. And all I was doing, when something happened, you have a reaction to it. And I was reacting to how the plane was doing. And I might have been overreacting to what was happening, making it worse. Some of it's my fault, some of it's the plane's fault. But my other 2 planes, they flew like sweethearts today. Perfect. And today was my first time I flew my P-51 clean. And I'll never fly it with a drop tanks and landing wheels on it again. I just belly landed it today, and it is a sweetheart. And I had it about an inch forward, Dennis, and I didn't. When I put my fingers underneath the wings, it was fairly stable on 70 millimeters. The CG's between 60 millimeters and 70 millimeters. And I think I checked it on 70 and it was tilted down just a little bit, but it was pretty much level. But if you come out of the throttle on it, it is like falls out of the sky like it had been shot down. And you had to react to that real quick. You throttle up. I had to take full flaps to even get the plane up. And once I got it up, I started flying it clean so I could trim it out. So I've got a down elevator mix to flat mix programmed in, and I wanted it clean so I could trim it. And all the flight after I got it up, the flaps went up, and I started trying to trim it. And 2.5 minutes in, Still didn't have it trimmed. And I was still fighting sticks on it. Sounds like it needs Viagra. Yeah, it flown like a turd today. If I ever get it back, I'll straighten it out. I'll fly it again. If I get it back. Need some hurricane winds to blow up in here now. It's always something with these damn planes. Sometimes I wish I never got into flying. Now I got battery packs charged up. I'm going to have to do something with them. I charged up 10 packs today. And I flew 6. I got 6 still charged up. I flew 4 of them. Then I got rained out. All right, Dennis. Glad you dropped in, buddy. There you go. There's my PayPal link. Y'all can support my Bigfoot habit. Be about the only way I get another. I hope the thing gets blowed out. My numbers are on the plane, so maybe they'll give me a call one day and say, I got your airplane. I'd be tickled to hear that. Bigfoot's a big plane. Air Marshal's got one, and Jeff from LA's got one. They're nice flying planes. But I was trying to get used to the throttle management on it, and it was all over the place. I got it to cruise around a little bit, but try to slow it down. It won't fall out of the sky. You had to keep that throttle on pretty hard to keep it flying. Then the trim on it was out of whack. I never did get it trimmed out right. And what I was going to do, I was going to land it and move that battery back to give me a little bit better CG in it. But that was my first flight at a brand new field today. First time flying there. And I made a mistake by making that Bigfoot first flying today. I should have flown something I was used to. Live and learn. Guys, I appreciate y'all coming in. I think I'm going to be into this. I've got to get out here, get my planes and my radio box and stuff out of the truck from flying today. I'm tired. I need to get settled in. I was at a new flying field today. This is the name of it right here if y'all want to look it up. It's on Old Hickory Lake in Hendersonville. Got the lake on one side of the airfield. Real pretty place. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I know that the 2200s I'm gonna have to put in storage because I was gonna fly that Bigfoot. I charged up 3 packs for it. I only got that one flight in, and I'm sure the nav lights has run that battery completely down now. I got to get these other 2 in storage. But P51 and my other batteries, I'll take them back down to the field and check on my plane, fly them. Yeah, that's the first time I flew here, Hendersonville RC Club, because my other AM field was called Sumner County Flyers RC Club. That's where I flew year before last. And I got down there today, and they're not mowing the yard like it should be cut. Runway was high. The rest of the grass was high. The president of the club said they're taking care of it every 2 weeks. I don't know, Roy. Them trees are like a magnet to me. Sometimes they just get in the way. I thought I'd cleared that tree. I hope I get good footage of it off the SD card so y'all can watch it. Y'all see a Bigfoot maiden crash that I put out, it'd be it probably. So might come out this week. I have to go through all the footage. Because every flight will probably have 50 files in it. And I know I recorded 3 flights today, 3 different planes. Hello, Mike Keller. You're running late. I'm about to end this puppy. About to close this hot dog stand. Mike, Keller, I took one of your V900 playbooks today. I put my Bigfoot in a tree on a maiden flight. It's still in there too. Way up in there. Probably about 40 feet up. It's in a white poplar tree. You know how tall they grow. I gotta go back down there maybe tomorrow and check on it, see if that plane's come out of that tree. And I'll probably fly my other 2 planes down there again. Flew 3 planes down there at my new field today. I like the field, They ain't got no shade down there for the pilots. I'll have to get me an awning. One of those pop-up covers, like a gazebo type deal. Get one of those, get out of the sun. It was pretty hot down there today. I took a cooler full of water. I was okay though. Peace, William. Glad you dropped in, buddy. Well, guys, I'm going to say my goodbyes. Y'all hit up PayPal for my new Bigfoot. So I damn sure can't buy one right now. I've got to try to get that one back if I can. I'm going to work on the fire department down there tomorrow. See if I can get a ladder truck down there. I'm sure them firemen need some training. All right, guys, I'm going to end the stream. Y'all say your goodbyes and hellos. Yeah, maybe it'll blow it out. That'd be wishful thinking, Roach Coach. I really do wish it would be on the ground when I go back. And you never know. It's on the lake, and the winds get real high on the lake, so maybe she'll come out of there. I don't know. I doubt it. They get locked in them limbs. It'll break in 2 million pieces before it comes out. I get a real strong wind, maybe 35, 40 knots. It might get a hold of it, twist and turn it. Won't never fly right. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Y'all look for a Bigfoot crash video coming soon. I'll have to go through the footage and see if I got anything on worth making a video on. But peace, I'm out of here.